We meteorologists are often asked what got us interested in the weather. Well, for me, my dad was a high school baseball coach when I was a kid, and I distinctly remember checking all the local TV stations for weather forecasts the night before games because I never wanted a game to be rained out. And then Hurricane Agnes ruined my summer vacation at Grandma Niece's in Pittsburgh in June 1972. And finally, I remember a book, now tattered, that I read in high school called The Man Who Rode the Thunder. It's the story of Marine Lieutenant Colonel William Rankin, born in Pittsburgh, the only pilot known to have survived a fall down through a thunderstorm. It was July 26, 1959, and Rankin was flying an F-8 fighter jet from South Weymouth, Massachusetts to Beaufort, South Carolina. As he approached the Norfolk, Virginia area, rapidly developing thunderstorms stood in his way. Rankin throttled up the jet and climbed above 47,000 feet, clipping the wispy tops of the cumulonimbus clouds. But then 9 miles above the ground, moving at 600 miles per hour, the engine conked out and he couldn't restart it. He lost control of the plane and ejected, though the temperature was minus 70 and he was wearing only a summer flight suit with gloves and a helmet. He suffered immediate frostbite, and decompression caused his ears, nose, and mouth to bleed, his abdomen to swell. But he kept his oxygen mask on despite the searing pain and growing numbness. Thunderstorms are factories of weather with snow, rain, hail, and of course lightning. Rankin likely fell down through what we now call a supercell thunderstorm, which also contains rotating upward currents that tugged his parachute skyward and gave him severe motion sickness. He was pelted by hail as the innards of the storm were illuminated by lightning and filled with thunder so loud he felt it as well as heard it. 40 minutes after he ejected, he landed in a forest in northern North Carolina, battered and bruised, but alive. I've never heard of anything else quite like Rankin's story, but a few paragliders have accidentally flown into thunderstorms, including one recreated in a documentary called Miracle in the Storm. In February 2007, German Eva Wisniewska was training for the World Paragliding Championships in Australia when she was pulled into a thunderstorm updraft. According to her GPS, she soared to a height of 32,600 feet in just 15 minutes, at times rising as fast as 45 miles per hour. Wearing only light clothing, she was coated with ice in the minus 50-degree air and blacked out for a half hour. She managed to land about 40 miles from where she took off, frostbitten with injured legs, but alive. Well, after a string of 5 consecutive days on which thunderstorms developed here in at least parts of the state, the weather pattern is changing. Will that continue into the weekend? The extended forecast is next.